Today we're going to be doing simple interest worksheet number 2. All right, so let's start off with number 1. Carmelo puts $2,200 into savings bonds that pays a simple interest rate of 3.4. How much money will the bonds be worth at the end of 5.5 years? This one's pretty much like we did in class. We have our formula that we're going to use. I'll put it up here, and that's interest equals the principal times the rate times the time, better known as I is pretty. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and work that out. Well, first of all, my principal is going to be 2,200. So I'll take 2,200, and I'm going to multiply that, because over here I'm multiplying these three things together. I'm going to multiply that by my rate. My rate is 3.4, but remember, to find the number that the rate turns into when it's a decimal form, I move my decimal over twice. Since there is nothing here in this column, that means I'll put 0.034. Okay, and now I'm going to multiply those two numbers to my time. The time is given here 5.5 years. 5.5 years. Now I simply multiply the three of these together, and I'll go ahead and use my calculator to figure this out. There we go. And if I do, I see I have 2,200 times 0.034, and then I'm going to multiply that to 5.5, and that's going to equal $411.40. $411.4, and since we're talking money, we got to put a 0 here where there was nothing. But that's not my answer. Remember, the question asked me, how much money will the bond be worth at the end of 5.5 years? So now I have to take this amount and add it to my original amount that I put in. And if I take 2,200 and add that all to it, well, that's going to be 0. That's going to be 4. My decimal comes down. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 4 plus 2 is 6. And there was nothing to add to the 2. So my final answer will be $2,611.40. And that should be it. Let's go ahead and move down to number 2. Number 2, Angie has $1,032 in her savings account. If the bank pays 3.5 simple interest on savings, how much does she earn in 1 year? All right, let's work that out. Well, our principal once more is $1,032. And I'm going to multiply that to my interest, which is 3.5. And remember, I have to move that decimal 2 spaces. So that's going to make it 0.035. Okay, and now that I got that, I'm going to multiply all that by the time. The time here is how much she earned in 1 year, so that's just 1. All right, so let's go ahead and do that on our calculator. First, let's clear out our old number, and we have $1,032 times 0.3. Oh, I'm sorry, that's going to be 0.035. That's going to equal this, and times 1 should not make any bit of difference at all. So that's all going to equate to 3612. So $36.12. And considering this was just 1 year for the loan at such a low interest rate, that's not a lot. Now it says how much does she earn in 1 year, and because it didn't say for the amount, the total amount that it's worth, this here will be the answer. That's how much she earns in a year. All right, let's travel on down the road to number 3. A bank loans a customer $87,000 for a period of 15 years. Well, already we have the principal, 87,000. We're going to multiply that. We know this is the time, so let's just put 15 over here. And it says the simple loan interest rate, the loan is 9.2. So once we move that decimal space over 2 spaces, it's going to be 0.092. All right, let's go ahead and work that out. Let's see, we've got 87,000 times 0.092 times, this is for 15 years. That's going to give us 120,000 and then 60. But remember, this one's saying what is the total amount that the customer will need to pay the bank back? Well, remember, I'm going to have to pay back what I borrowed as well, and that was 87,000. So this is going to be, let's see, this will equal 120,060. 120,060. We're going to have to add this amount to 87,000. If we do this, we're going to find that we have 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, and 2. And I come up with, let's see, $207,060. All right? And that should be the answer to this one. Let's go to number 4. I know what you guys are thinking. Mr. Mendez, you're doing it all of them, aren't you? Well, I am. So here is your secret code that I want you to put on top of your page. Are you ready for it? Let's see. Chocolate sundae. Chocolate sundae. And that will earn you a treat when you come into class, okay, on Monday. So let's see here. Chocolate sundae is our password, and I want that at the top. Please don't forget to put your name in the period. Okay, let's go back to what we're doing now. We're going to do number 4. Well, number 4 says the bank loans a customer $77,000 for a period of 6 years. The simple interest rate of the loan is 11.9%. What is the total amount that the customer will need to pay the bank over the 6 years? So we got 77,000. We're going to multiply that to what's over a period for a period of 6 years. So we know 6 is going to be in there for time. And now our rate is 11.9. So we'll move that decimal point over 2 spaces, 1, 2, and we get 0.119. And we're ready to multiply. If we take 77,000 times 0.119 times 6, we're going to get, looks like 5,400, let's just write it down here, 5,400 oh, excuse me, 54,000. That's what it was, 54,000, right? Yeah, no, 5,497. 5,497. I'm going to have to backtrack here. There you go, 5,497. And if I do that, I have to add it to my amount here. And I'm starting to wonder if I got the right amount, to be honest with you. I'm going to double check my work because something doesn't seem right. Let's see here. I'm going to correct this. 77,000, that's 77,000 times 0.119 times 6. That seems like the right number. This seemed too small for over 6 years to earn interest. So we're going to go with 54,978. All right, let's go ahead and correct that. I thought I was a little off there. So 54,978. And if I was to do that, I have to add it to my original amount, which was 77,000. And that should give me my answer. And I believe that's going to be 131,978. All right, and that should have been the answer for that one. All right, let's go on to number 5. Kaylee wants to buy a car that costs $17,360. She deposits $14,000 into the savings account and earns 8% interest. How long will it take Kaylee? How long must Kaylee leave the money in the savings account to be able to buy the car? Wow. Well, this time they're wanting the time and not the interest. So let's go ahead and figure this out. They gave us what they want to earn. Well, what they want to earn is this amount. This is what we put in. Since we need to know what the interest is, we're going to do some subtraction first. So we're going to take 17,360, and we're going to subtract 14,000 from it. This will give us what we need to earn, which is what our interest usually gives us. And if we do this, we see we need $3,360. So now we can plug that in as our interest. $3,360 equals, principal was $14,000. Our rate was 8%, so that's times 0.08. And it didn't give us the time. That's what we're looking for. So we're going to multiply that by the time. All right, and what we have here, we have to multiply the numbers that we have together first. So 14,000 times 0.08. Let's do that. 14,000 times 0.08 will give us 1,120. So now we have 1,120 T. And that's going to equal 14,000. Well, actually, 3,360. 3,360. All right. Now we have to separate the number from the letter, and the only way to do that is divide it by the number itself. If I divide it by the number, I have the number over the number, and that equals 1. So I have 1t left over, but whatever I divide from one side, I must divide from the other. So I must take 3,360 and divide it by 1,120. 3,360 divided by 1,120 gives us 3. Now remember, we're talking how many years, so that means 3 years. All right, we're on number 6 now. Number 6 states, let's get up here. Number 6 states that I have, Benjamin puts 6,300 into savings bonds that pays a simple interest rate of 6.8%. How much money will the bonds be worth at the end of 5.5 years? Well, we're back to finding the what it's worth, what they will be worth. So let's use our old equation. Let's see, that's going to be 6,300 times rate of 6.8, which would be, if I move that decimal twice, 0.068. And we're going to multiply all that to 5.5 years. Let's see what we get for that. Well, we're going to get 6,300 times 0.068 times 5.5. That gives us $2,356.20. But remember, now we have to go ahead and add it to our original amount, because they're saying how much money will the bonds be worth. So I have to add it to that amount there, what I had at the beginning. So first of all, let me write down what I had over here. This is going to be 2,300 56.20. We're going to add that to 6,300. Oops, sorry. I almost put the wrong number there. 6,300. Now we do this, we see that we have a total of, see, that's going to be 0, 2, 6, 5. That should be 6. And that should be 8. So our total will be $8,650.20. All right, last one and we're all done. Dominic has $7,020.48 in a savings account. If the bank pays 4.2 simple interest on savings, how much does he earn in 1 year? Pretty easy. Okay, we're going to go back to that old formula. Interest equals principal times rate times time. And we know our principal is $7,020.48. We're going to multiply that to our rate, which was 4.2, but we got to move that decimal twice, so that'll be 0.042. And we're going to multiply that to 1 year, and we're ready to go. Let's see, 7,020.48 times 0.042 times 1 equals, get $294 and looks like 86 cents. I can't round up there, so I'm going to go with that answer. That's going to equal $2,000 or excuse me, $294.86. And this is simple interest rate, of course, not compound interest rate. And I believe that's our last one. Well, hope you have a great evening, and see you next time.